I Love Island Australia fans. Yes, we are back with another video, back with another recap, and we got two besties, BFF, best friends beefing right now. We also have another breakup, and we got a reality TV star as a bombshell this episode. Welcome back to Romance Review TV. It's Lady T. I got another recap for you guys. Love Island Australia 2023 episode number 17. And without any further ado, let's talk about what went down in this villa. Oh, I hope you got your snacks ready because we got a lot to unpack in this episode. Now, it starts after Tyra brought Nakia's ex, Kale, back to the villa. The two best friends got a little bit of unfinished business to settle. But that's not all that's brewing because there's another bombshell that threatens to split up some couples. And Georgia, she finds herself undecided between Nate and Trent again. Now, Nakia decides to confront Tyra over Kale, and they say a picture is worth 1,000 words, and Nakia's face speaks volumes when her best friend Tyra walks in with her ex Kale. And there's no surprise Nakia wants to speak to Tyra over the whole situation, and she certainly doesn't ease into this topic. She snapped in by saying, "Bold move, bestie," and Tyra apologetically explains that she pushed any feelings she had for Kale to the side so that Nakia could pursue him at the time. But since Nakia has moved on, she feels like Kale is just free game at this point. Now, Nakia realized that she doesn't have much of a leg to stand on and gives Tyra her blessing. So we think. And she says, "Oh, I just want what's best for you. And if you think it's something that you can fulfill with him, then I'm fine with that," even though she totally disagrees because behind closed doors, Nakia admits that she hates the idea of Kale and Tyra being together and how she feels stabbed in the back by Tyra. Anyway, she says, "I hope it works out for the two of them." And just about nobody is buying Nakia's well wishes. But all is going well on the surface, and I guess it's going pretty well for the two best friends, and it's a relief for Tyra. She even went on by saying Nakia can be a B for sure, and I want her on my side. She effing scares me. Girl, please don't be scared of her. So now we have a bombshell alert as the Islanders are sound asleep, but as they say, the early bird catches the worm, and that bird is the new bombshell, Chloe. Now, some of you guys might recognize her from season 1 of My Mom, Your Dad, but this time Chloe's looking for a love of her own. She's a fitness instructor, personal trainer, and an ex-ballerina, so it's no surprise that Chloe makes herself very comfortable in the gym setting. Now, Trent is the first one to find Chloe in the gym, and he lights up at the sight of her, saying how gorgeous she is, and she is probably the fittest girl that has walked in. She looks immaculate. And of course, there's another boy that is pretty interested in Chloe as well. Surprise, surprise, none other than Reed. Now, there is no denying the chemistry that's flowing between Chloe and Reed, but yet again, everyone is questioning how genuine Reed is being after he pretty much snubbed other bombshells. Now, I mean, we got to remind you that Reed has been coupled up with Abby, Tasia, and now eyes for Chloe. And is it just a coincidence, or is Reed kind of strategizing his way to stay in that villa? And I guess only time will tell. Speaking of timing, Tasia is pleading that this is definitely the worst timing. She just came in after only 2 days. She said, "Look, just give me a chance with this man." But Tasia's chances are smashed to smithereens when the truth bikes make an appearance. Just as the name suggests, the Islanders must answer any question truthfully when riding a bike. Now, Reed happily yet reluctantly admits that he would be happy if Chloe stole him from his couple with Tasia. And that pretty much spells the end of the whole Reed and Tasia coupling at this point. Now, the truth bike did a lot of couples dirty, but it was the most disastrous for Georgia and Nate. Now, after she confesses that she thinks her and Trent will work out better in the real world than her and Nate, Georgia finds herself back at square one. So later that night, Georgia decides to pull Nate to the side to clear the air. She explained, "I am quite vibing with Trent. I think we have a really strong connection, and I want to see where that goes with Trent. I really thought about it. I I still like you, but I feel something with Trent that I don't feel here. And of course, that's like a knife to the heart for Nate. But it's hitting hard for Georgia too, as she struggled to let Nate down gently. I mean, she started crying. She even announced, I'm going to start crying. Nate is dying to know what Trent has that he doesn't, but Georgia insists it's just a gut feeling. It's hard because it's the third situation that I've been in and put effort in, and I can see where it goes, and then it just doesn't work out according to Nate. And of course, it's definitely back at square one. Poor Nate. And I mean, the thing is, he's been very respectful. He's a good guy. He's very attractive. But it always go back to speak to that whole volume about a lot of these women choosing bad boys. And then when it go wrong, you say all men are trash, but then you had a good one right in front of you. But what? It was too boring for you? And I mean, I don't blame Nate for saying, hey, what was the difference here? And I found something very interesting with this particular comment on Instagram where it says, Georgia, when Nate asks respectful, communicates, listens to her, and is a better kisser, versus Georgia when Trent insults her surgeries and fillers, get mad at her and pressures her into making a decision. And that's what she gravitated to. So we're going to have to wait and see how this all pans out, if this actually works in her favor. I know he was promising her trips to Europe and meeting families and things like that. And I mean, if it works, I guess. But the thing is that I don't see this as something maybe down in the future. But I guess we'll find out. Okay, so let's get the conversation started down in the comment section. What do you think about our two BFFs? We got a situation where Tyra is actually afraid of Nakia. Nakia giving her fake well wishes as she move on with Kale. And then the situation between Nate, Trent, and Georgia. Do you think Georgia is making the right decision, or will this blow up in her face? Let me know your thoughts. So I hope you enjoyed this recap. Stay tuned for other recaps and updates on this channel, and until the next video, like, comment, and subscribe. We'll see you next time. Bye, guys.